Hey Scorpio, here to do your love reading for the month of August 2019. So you're showing up in your own element. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups right here, and you have Sweetheart on top of you. Someone, I feel a huge energy as I was meditating on your spread, that someone is not able to let you go. You're on someone's mind tremendously. It's like they're completely unable to walk away from this connection with you, and I feel like you're also thinking about them. So for some of you, there's going to be a chance for reconciliation in the month of August, but I'll get to that in a second. Now, for your overall energy, Scorpio, you have the Four of Wands. You also have the Six of Discs. I'm picking up on specifically in terms of career because you also have the Ten of Discs right here and Merchant clarifying this, and you have the Three of Discs in your energy and Friend. You have major strides that you're making in your business or your career or the ideas in which you have to make more money, because you also have the Ace of Swords here, which is having that sense of direction, that sense of clear-mindedness and clarity. There's a huge financial aspect to your general vibe this month, Scorpio. So it's not just in terms of love. You are very much concerned with making sure that you are being successful in your career, especially with the Ten of Discs here and the Merchant. Some of you are business owners, or you're thinking about going into that field. For others of you, you have a friend, or you're being a friend to someone, because you do have Friend in your energy, where you two are able to work together. For some of you, this may even be a business partner. This is not technically about love, but in the theory of business partners, this can be a partnership, so another relationship that you're forming this month. But you are working really hard, and you're also, I'm getting this feeling, Scorpio, you may be feeling overwhelmed emotionally with having to be there for other people at this time and be that friend for others, maybe even helping them achieve their goals and their dreams while you're trying to do the same. Because you have a lot of the color blue in your spread, which is emotion, and really feeling your emotions this month, and try not to get kind of sucked into the tsunami of that, because you are a water sign after all. So even though you can handle a lot of emotion, you may be feeling like you're swimming this month in other people's issues or other people's feelings, and having to be that reflective nature for them. So you are making more success, you're having more success in your finances, you're establishing more of an equilibrium when it comes to your stability, and that does have a lot to do with our love life. So they go hand in hand. But I'm also seeing, Scorpio, because we're in Mercury retrograde, there's a slight warning that I'm seeing for you. And this is having to do with being careful about certain contracts that you're signing at this time, because you have Thief on top of your Four of Wands, which can symbolize the homestead, you know, your home, your house, or your family, your relationships, your stability. But there's Thief on top of this. And you also have the Seven of Swords at the beginning of August, and you have House clarifying this as well. So these two cards are saying the exact same thing. I want you to be very careful of the fine print, and I remember I told this to Libra as well, so some of you may be dealing with a Libra, whether it is in family, romantic relationships, or business partnerships. Some of you really need to make sure that you're getting into the right contracts, especially because Mercury retrograde is going to be lasting quite a while. It's going to be lasting a few weeks at least. And I don't like this energy of the Thief on top of your Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords with your house. Just be aware of what you're signing. Read the fine print. Make sure, if you can, hold off on certain documents or certain agreements contractually. Maybe hold off until Mercury retrograde is over, so that way you can have more clarity. Maybe you need to take some time to really understand the people that you're working with and make sure that it's a good fit. Some of you are definitely tired of dealing with people that are liars. I'm seeing that here. You're coming to completion with this, though. There's like a certain individual around you, or has been around you, that has not been making it easy for you to come to an equilibrium with them. I feel like the situation has been very lopsided, and you're coming to the end of the cycle with this person. So you're being aware of people's intentions right now. You're kind of seeing through people, especially with the Ace of Swords here. And I feel like you're being very direct, Scorpio. You're just being very, very blunt with communication. And during Mercury retrograde, you may feel the need to establish certain boundaries with people, especially if they are showing signs of being shady. So some of you also may be living with this person because you do have house with this. So just be aware of that. Again, in terms of your finances, Scorpio, it's looking very, very good, because you do have the 10 of wealth here, and you're working towards this. You are really striving. You're putting the work in. Now, in terms of specifically your relationships, your romantic relationships, you are talking about, okay, speaking of those boundaries that we were talking about, you're going to be putting up these boundaries, meaning you're going to be establishing that you require reciprocity. You require that equal give and take between people, because you know how much you have to offer with the 3 of Pentacles here, and you're tired of pulling all the heavy dead weight from someone else. So towards the middle of August here, people are going to be noticing your boundaries. They're going to be admiring the fact that you are being more prosperous. You're reaching higher levels within career, within your financial sector. But this may require some of you to have to walk away from something in order to get the 10 of discs, which can be different for each of you. Some of you, it's going to symbolize a commitment, okay? But there's someone here that is having such a difficulty moving on from you. They cannot let you go. They absolutely cannot move on from you. They're very much wanting a reconciliation, and you're aware of this. You are aware of this on some level. You've been in your head a lot about reconciling with this person. And for others of you, okay, I'm getting like a split in energy here. Some of you are going to be having an opportunity to reconcile with someone with the 10 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups, meaning you've already walked away, or they have, but you two are going to be having talks about reconciling. For others of you, it's like you're entering into another commitment, and this other commitment that you're entering into is going to break you out of the energy of being very anxious about the past connection that you shared with someone else. So it's like you have the 10 of Pentacles coming towards you, or showing up in the middle of August, whether you're single or already partnered. You do have this commitment around you, looming around you. And after this, it's like you're very much still centered in something from your past with the 8 of Cups here. Some of you are going to have to move on in order to establish the 10 of Pentacles with someone else. So there's a level here of having to move on, having to walk away from something with the 8 of Cups here. But you still have hope, because you do have hope clarifying the 8 of Cups. So you know that after walking away from something, it's going to leave you in a better place emotionally. For some of you, you need to walk away from whatever is keeping you in that state of defeat, or keeping you in that state of worrying about other people's intentions and other people that have been the thieves in your life, been untrustworthy in your life. Because you also have the 5 of Swords here, which is defeat. This is mental conflict. This is also arguments with other people, but you have joyfulness clarifying this. So you're going to say what you need to say this month, and it's going to be like a weight off of your heart, or you're just going to completely realize that someone's not worth the fight. Someone's not worth the argument. And again, I'm just getting this energy of walking away from defeat, putting your effort and your energy on something that you can work on, something that you can physically touch, something that you can actually mold or control, something that you know that you have control over in terms of seeing the growth in. So for some of you, you need to kind of release from the emotional baggage, and do things this month that can prove to you or can show you a progression in your finances. And also, some of you, this is going to be very specific, but I was picking up on this when I was meditating. Drink lots of water this month. Again, I was seeing a lot of the color blue. Some of you really need to be drinking more water, or you just need to flush your system out, and even perhaps going to large bodies of water, so like the ocean, lakes, anything like that, or even spas, something where you can just relax and release, okay? You end your spread, Scorpio, with lovers. You end your spread with a commitment. Some of you are going to be, I just got this image, some of you are going to be called to meet up with someone. Specifically, I was seeing like meeting up with someone for coffee, meeting up with someone to talk about something that maybe you've had to close out before with the Eight of Cups. For others of you, you're just going to be having deeper communications with your partner here over coffee or over some kind of beverage. I'm just seeing that as, for some of you, it's going to be literally going out and having coffee with this person. For others of you, it's going to be symbolic of having those deeper conversations that you need to have with someone, because you have room on top of the lovers. There's like a lot of love that someone has for you here. I cannot underline that enough. And I feel like this energy is the other person's energy external to you. So you're not the one necessarily feeling this. It's almost like someone is just completely enamored by you, Scorpio. And your element is all over the place here. So they're immersed in your energy. And I feel like someone also is having clarity about you. Ten of Swords. Some of you have absolutely had to close out a chapter here. There's the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, having to move on. And you are going to be reestablishing the upper hand with someone. But this is after a period of no communication or long distances, not being in the same vicinity with this person. Another water element, the Princess of Cups. Someone has a lot to say to you, I feel. You're going to be receiving communication, receiving clarity from someone with the Three of Wands there. Four of Cups, luxury. I do feel like, ooh, the Tower. Okay, you did have the Tower off to the side here for your romance spread as well. Someone is holding back, but they're not going to be holding back for very much longer. So they're holding back right now, the communication. But come August, it's like the floodgates are going to open, and something here is going to be shocking to you. You cannot see this right now with the High Priestess reversed. This is going to happen very fast, though, with the Chariot. This is after a period of disappointment that you've had with someone. Ooh, another 10. 10 of Wands reversed. Again, leaving this behind, I feel like you're going to pull back. And you have someone coming in here with communication, Princess of Swords. You're very much worried right now, though. You're worried about this person, or you're worried about the connection that you have together. For some of you, you're worried about something on a financial front, and this is what's keeping you up at night. But towards the end of August, you're going to be having someone that really wants a relationship with you, and you're going to be receiving some kind of communication, whether it's over text or meeting up with them in person. Some of you may even be dealing with a Gemini or another water sign. I'm also seeing air as well. Also, in terms of this kind of deceptive energy, that's showing up towards the beginning of August. Okay, and then you have more prosperity towards the middle of August with regards to your career. And some of you need to walk away from something, though, in order to make that happen. For others of you, it's like you're thinking about walking away from a relationship, and then someone offers like their communication, almost like they've been holding back emotionally from you. And it's almost as if For some of you, it's like when you start to pull back, that's when they realize they're losing you. And that's when they try harder. Or that's when the communication starts picking up deeper. So how you're feeling about this person, Scorpio, is you have wedding. There's definitely a commitment around you. Regardless if you're single or already partnered, commitment is very much in your energy, very much on your mind. And you have the Four of Cups reversed here. Some of you have just been not getting what it is that you wanted in the form of communication, but that's changing. You also have reconciliation here. And the Nine of Swords reversed. I'm not picking up on third parties, but for some of you, you may be thinking about someone else who's already married, and that's why you're feeling like you're not getting the outcome in the situation that you necessarily want. Some of you may be sneaking around with someone. With the room and the lovers here, it's like a hotel room vibe that I'm getting. That's going to be for a very small percentage of you, especially with these two cards over here. But for others of you here, you have reconciliation. Again, there was that reconciliation energy. But you're dropping this. Like, okay, so Scorpio, you were very concerned. You were very anxious and stressed. You were thinking a lot about a reconciliation. But you have something changing here where you're going to be coming out of that period of really fretting over this or really staying up late at night worrying about this because the communication or because the message is going to be much more clearer to you. And this has to do with a marriage or with a commitment. So it's like, whereas before you were not getting your answers, you're going to be getting your answers. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at how this person feels about you and also the outcome of the situation. It's very, very interesting what I'm seeing here. The extendeds are on Patreon. The link is in the description box below. And I also pulled a few oracle cards for you as well. We're going to take a look at that. And I will talk to you all next month. Bye-bye, Scorpio. Someone's done playing games. So if they were a player in the past, if they were lying to you, it's like all of a sudden now they want to make things right. They want to act right. This is going to make you feel really, really good because you have the Six of Wands on top of this. So someone's giving you a lot of attention, but